Welcome back, everybody. I'm here to pull cards for April the 26th. And so we're going to be pulling one card for overall energy and then one card for each sign. And we'll see how those meld together to get our predictions for the day. So let's start with overall energy. Actually, let me see. What am I doing? 26th. Boop-a-da-doo. Oh, yeah, I thought so. I'm going to be at, for heaven's sake, doing readings today. So if you want to come in and get a live in-person reading with me, you want to be at, for heaven's sake, in Lakewood. All right, so what do we have? What do we have? Overall energy is the Hanged Man showing up in reverse. Those of you who have been watching me a while know that I like the Hanged Man in reverse. He doesn't quite look like he's dancing a jig like he does in my Tarot of St. Petersburg, but he still looks much happier than whenever he's hanging upside down, as far as I'm concerned. So this just basically says that there's some kind of situation that we felt paralyzed about. We didn't know how to move forward with it. And so we wanted to look at it from every angle possible and see it from all kinds of different perspectives to be able to figure out what was the solution to the way forward here. Basically, what is the way forward here? That's what we're looking at. All right, so let's see what this is all about for everybody. Aries, Aries, what did you just get released from thinking about? Because when the Hanged Man comes up in reverse, now we have found the solution and we're moving forward. Aries, okay. So you guys have the World card showing up here. This is just telling me that you have been considering, how do I complete a cycle? How do I come to the end of something? And when we come to the end of something, the first automatic thing is to start thinking about what's that next new thing. So with you, I think you've got some kind of answer about how to complete a cycle that you want to complete so you can get on to that next new thing. Don't forget to take time to smell the roses and pat yourself on the back for completing the cycle when you do it, Aries. You know how to do it today. You're figuring that out. I don't know if you're finishing the cycle today, but you know how you're gonna. Next up is Taurus. All right, Taurus. Excuse me. Eight of Wands showing up in reverse. So, Taurus, what's going on here? Looks to me like there's been some type of lack of communication going on here. And that lack of communication has kind of put you in a position where you had to, kind of fill in some blanks so that you can make some decisions without actually having information. And so, with this Hanged Man showing up in the overall in reverse, I think that you've looked at this from every perspective that you can, and you've come up with a solution about what you're going to do about this lack of communication. You're not going to stay in limbo forever. Geminis, you guys have the Ace of Swords showing up in reverse. Ace of Swords, Geminis, I think you've had some information that you've wanted to pass along to somebody else, but there may have been some kind of question about whether it was appropriate or not, or would it be taken seriously if it came from you or not? Some kind of, this is a really awkward situation, is the most general way of saying this. And I think that Hanged Man is all about you taking the time to consider, is this appropriate? How do I want to do this if it is appropriate? It's all about, should I pass along that message or not? A prime example of this would be, um, say that you're friends with a couple, maybe you and your partner are friends with a couple, and it becomes known to you that uh, one of the partners in the other couple is cheating on the other one. Then there's the question of, do I say anything or do I not? Like, I'm friends with both of these people, but eek, it becomes really sticky. It could be something like that. That's the type of energy. I'm not saying that specific thing is happening to all of you, although sure it'll be a few of you, but something like that, where you're just not sure if there's information that you have, you're very sure of that information, but you're not sure if you should pass it along or not. All right, it's awkward. Cancer. You guys have the Page of Wands Hmm. Cancers, this is interesting. I think you've been considering what's the best way to promote an idea or to get somebody else to sign on with an idea that you have. And I think that you've got a plan, you've got a solution. Now you can move forward to getting somebody to say yes, whether that's pulling in more clients for your business, whether that is getting your boss to approve you to work on a project that you're feeling passionate about. Whatever this is, you've been thinking about how do I get somebody to give me the green light where I need a green light from somebody else so that I can move forward. And you have found that solution today. Now, Leo. Oh, Leos. You guys have the Three of Swords showing up here. So this just tells me with that Hanged Man in reverse, you've really been processing something that made your heart hurt. And you're finally at a point where you're able to sort of let that go a little bit to where that doesn't have to be the most dominant thing that you think about all day. Good for you on that progress. Virgo, you guys have the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, so Virgos, this talks about the idea that you've been considering how you can make a lifestyle change that is going to improve your quality of life or possibly your length of life. And you've got some pretty good ideas about how you're going to move forward now. Beginning that move forward, making that lifestyle change starting ASAP, probably even today for most of you. Next up, we're looking at Libra. Every day I'm shuffling. Okay, Libra, Eight of Swords showing up here. Libra, this is your typical card. I can't even count how many times Libras have got the Eight of Swords since I've been doing readings, not only in general, but also in private ones as well. Eight of Swords talks about this overthinking, thinking in circles, having a hard time coming to conclusions because, just trying to think about every single little detail and trying to make sure you're not missing anything. So just continuing to think and rethink and more thinking. So when we have the Hanged Man showing up in reverse, this says you're breaking free from that thinking and rethinking and overthinking. For some of you, you're going to be breaking free from this pattern. For others of you, this is going to be about one particular thing that you've been overthinking lately. Okay. Next up, we're looking at Scorpios. Scorpios. Wow, we have Four Swords all in a row. So the Nine of Swords in reverse. Boop-ba-da-doo-doo. This is interesting, Scorpios, because it talks about the idea of Nine of Swords in reverse is being relaxed. It's the opposite of stressed out. It's relief. And with that Hanged Man in reverse, this is talking about something that we're freed from. So I think that we've been mm, taking it really easy, relatively speaking, about something in our lives. And I think we're kind of having a wake up call today. I don't know that we've been thinking about this for a long time, but I think we're actually having a wake up call, those of us with Scorpio placements, about this thing where we haven't really been taking the action that we want to take to have what we want to have in our lives. And so I think this is a wake up call for us that says, oh, wait a second, but I could be doing this. And I think we start to take action in that direction. All right, so Sagittarius. All right, you guys have the Seven of Cups showing up in reverse. Sagittarius, you've been really focused on something that you want to improve in your life and on accomplishing that, bringing that improvement in. With this Hanged Man showing up in reverse, I think you're getting a little bit of relax from that focus. You may be realizing that there are other ways to do this that are actually more efficient and better for you. And so I think there's going to be a change in that focus. I don't think you're going to go to not being focused. I just think there's going to be a change in that focus. Capricorn. Ace of Wands showing up in reverse for you Capricorns. Ace of Wands in reverse just means that you are I think somebody's been looking up to you and you've been inspiring somebody, whether you meant to or whether you didn't, whether this is a little kid or a subordinate at work or whatever, maybe even somebody that's higher in rank than you at work, but you've been inspiring somebody in your life. And with that hanged man in reverse, that really says, I don't want to be the inspiration for this person. Like, this is not the best situation to be in. And I think basically you're breaking free from inspiring that person. You're no longer being the inspiration. And that could work out well. I mean, I can think of ways that where sometimes people are inspired by how hard we work and how much we get done. But then, even though they're inspired by it and awed by it, they don't really do that themselves. And instead, what they do is they pour more work on the ones who are inspiring them, who are doing such great work. So I can see where this might be something you would actually intentionally do in certain situations, something like that one, or I'm sure there's other situations like that as well. But I really get the sense that I don't think you're particularly attached to this idea of inspiring someone. I don't think that's really what you want to do, even though, like, at first glance, oh, inspiring somebody, that's really nice. That's kind of like the light workers' wonderful goal to attain. I don't think that that's the way that it's working out in your life, Capricorn. It's not something that you're aspiring to do. So I think you're consciously and intentionally not being so inspirational, shall we say. Next, we're going to look at Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius, you guys, this is nice. You guys have the High Priestess showing up in reverse, which is my total and utter confusion card. High Priestess in reverse is, when she's right side up, she knows stuff that she doesn't know how she knows. When she's in reverse, whoa, she doesn't know anything. She's lucky if she remembers her name, okay? She or he, depending, you know. But when we have the High Priestess showing up in reverse for you, Aquarius, and our overall energy is this idea of breaking free with that Hanged Man in reverse, you're breaking free from some kind of confusion. You've processed this situation. You're no longer confused anymore. All right. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. What do we have for the beautiful Pisces? What do we have? There you go. Justice. That's a powerful card. You've got two majors, Pisces. So overall being the Hanged Man and your personal one, or I should say your signs one, being the Justice card. This just tells me that there is something where you want to sever ties. And I think you've been thinking about this a long time and really working around all the perspectives around this, trying to make sure that this is for everybody's best interest. This is not a decision that you have taken lightly. And I think that you have finally broken free from that debate within yourself about whether or not it's time to sever ties with somebody. This can be a spouse, this can be a business partnership, this can be a friendship, especially a long term friendship. All right, so this is why you're not taking it lightly. This is not a light decision. And it looks to me like you've thought it all through and you've got to that point now where you've made the decision about whether you are going to sever this or whether you're not. Okay. So that's what I've got for you there, Pisces. That's what I've got for everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate you guys spending some of your wonderful time with me today. Some of you I'm looking forward to seeing out for heaven's sake for readings or Reiki sessions. And the rest of you guys, I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out. Oh yeah, don't forget, thumbs up, share the video, put comments down below. Okay, really peace out now.